Hey guys, how's it going? Now, before we get started, just want to ensure everybody that, this this is not shit talking waste management. If anything, I'd rather promote them, but I'm just telling you guys my experiences from when I was working at waste management because I feel like I was treated way differently than, when I originally thought, a truck driver should be treated. So, you know, at the time, I had had a CDL for 3 years. I started working there in January, and my time ended pretty much the first week of June. So here it is, the hopefully summarizing the last month of my time at Waste Management, which is going to be just whatever I have to say about the month of May. Because a lot of things happened that month. And most of the things I can't exactly remember word by word, but, I'll try my best to, interpret what I can remember. What I do remember is that I put in some time off Thursday and Friday right before Memorial Day. I had a dentist appointment on Friday, but I was able to get it switched over to Thursday, and then I don't know. I ended up I ended up taking Thursday off for dentist appointment. I went to my dentist appointment, and then I went to MomoCon. I had plenty of time. My dentist appointment was around, I want to say, noonish. I got done about an hour or two later. No, it was like an hourish later, and then I went down to Atlanta to get my 4-day pass for MomoCon. So that's skipping ahead way too much. But I eventually basically rescheduled my dentist appointment to that Thursday because for whatever reason she couldn't let me have Thursday and Friday off, and more specifically Friday for whatever reason. So I was just sitting here like, well, I can just have it for one day. And I can always reschedule it to Thursday. That way I can be here on Friday. I don't know why I needed to be there on Friday. There was plenty of people working that day that somebody could have handled my Friday route. And then I find out about a week later that somebody else had that same week, not the week that I asked, but pretty much next week, that somebody else had requested that Friday off. And I'm just sitting there like, hey, what about me? I requested this Friday off like last week, and you're giving this guy Friday off, that Friday off, when I asked for this Friday off first. I wouldn't even mind having to work Thursday, as long as, I had plenty of time to run down to Atlanta to go get my tickets. Because, again, this is just assuming that that MomoCon would still be giving out the tickets that people had already bought, like the 4-day pass and stuff like that, since I had bought the 4-day pass. So I was pretty upset about that, but at the end of the day, I just dealt with it. I ended up rescheduling my dentist appointment to that Thursday anyways. So, it was whatever at the end of the day. But I was trying to wait to see if I could get that Friday off. By the time I was rescheduling my appointment, they had already rescheduled it for Thursday. But I was going to see if I couldn't get it for like Saturday or something. But I couldn't do Saturday because I was spending time with my friends at MomoCon. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. I literally wouldn't even spend half of my time at MomoCon. I'd spend the majority of my time doing nothing. So I was pretty pissed that, she was sitting there like, just, schedule it for Saturday. Do it then. No Thursday and Friday off. I had no other choice but to take Thursday off. And she got pretty upset about it. I'm just sitting there like, what do you expect me to do? I can't tell them we got to get it done Saturday because my fucking boss won't let me. There was nothing I could really do about that. That was part of the downfall of me. Another part of the downfall was that they put me into a side loader on Monday. They put me into a side loader on a few Mondays, and I'm just sitting here like, why are you putting me in a side loader? I can't, run Monday route in a side loader. You can handle it. So, that was another part of the downfall, that I couldn't. I could not, for the life of me, pick up all of Monday's route. I was already calling my mentor and telling him, hey, look, I'm not going to finish this route, or I'm not going to finish it before sunset. Can you help me out? 3 o'clock, and I'm not even halfway done. I'm not even in, the big middle part where, most of the scattered shit is. So, can you help me out? I already have to go dump. So, is there anything that you can do to help me out? Fortunately, there was. Very, very fortunately, somebody else had just finished with their route. They had plenty of space. They had already gone dump. They went to go back to finish up their route, and they went to go help me. Then he met me back at the dump. He got me into a rear loader. We went to go do the rest of our route. We went to go back. We did our big area, and then the other guy did basically everything else. All we had to do was the middle, and we were done. It was pretty freaking simple. It was an easy 2 hours of work, and we ended up finishing at around 6. So, so yeah, it was very, very, very fortunate for me. Unfortunately, the next week, I still had to do a side loader on Monday route. And I was still calling my mentor at around 3, telling him, look, it's the same situation as last week. Is there anything you can do to help? Unfortunately, there wasn't. So I was stuck doing my route, 6 o'clock. I'm in the middle of, in that big scattered middle part. And I'm just telling to myself, there's no way I'm going to finish it. By the time it was just starting to get dark, I just went back. There was nothing I could do. I called my boss and told her, look, there's nothing I can do. It's late. It's near dark. There's not really much I can do. You didn't send help. You put me into a side loader. So I was expected to pick that up the next day and do my Tuesday route, which I didn't even finish. So I was expected to pick that up and do my Wednesday route. Fortunately, I was able to finish, both routes. Unfortunately, we had to finish my Wednesday route a little on the late side. So, what seems to be missing is my Thursdays and Friday routes. Well, that's mostly because those routes were pretty much the same. It was me and and the two other new drivers that just came in. They just came back from Florida, so they're basically with me every Thursday. So every Thursday we did our usual. I drive to the route. I drove some of the route. Um, the other guy drove some of the route, and the girl drove some of the route. We basically just went back and forth until the route was finished. That was pretty, it was fine. It was okay. I then find out 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks before my termination that my little brother had his graduation that next Saturday after Memorial Day. I said, look, I know we have to work on Saturday, but my little brother's graduating. I need that Saturday off. He's going to graduate at noon. At first she said, nobody is getting Saturday off. Two weeks later, after Memorial Day, after I get done with MomoCon, and after I've had the most fun in my life, the first thing that happened was waking up, going to work, and then finding out that two people had Saturday off. That Saturday. For whatever. And let's just say that I was very, very pissed off about that. Throughout the entire week, I tell, or at least on Monday and Tuesday, when I had the other, one of the other drivers with me, one of the other new drivers, which I think I named Jose, so let's just call him Jose. So I was talking with Jose, and I was telling him, look, dude, this is going to be my last week. They're already going to terminate me, like, in the middle of next month, so this is probably going to be my last week, because I'm not going to show up on Saturday. So I'm not missing my little brother's graduation for anything. I don't fucking care. That's not something I'm willing to do. I'm not going to miss something, my little brother accomplished. So it was very, very happy for him. He was the only other, person I knew that had a graduation at high school. It's very, very good achievement for somebody to have. So there was nothing that was going to stop me from missing this. He was very much on my side with this. He was already telling me, hey, I've already contacted this concrete place right next door. They want to interview me like right after work today. So I'm going to head up there, and we're going to have a little interview or whatever. So that same week, I want to say, after I got done with my Wednesday route, since I was fortunate enough to finish pretty early, probably my usual time, I went up there and I asked to, get an application into that same place. So I went to get an application. I talked to them, and they asked, they started asking me how, if I had experience with Class B trucks or concrete or Easy Mix or whatever the heck it was. I told them my experience with trucks, and everything else was pretty much new to me. So, unfortunately, I wasn't hired, but that was when I still had contact with the other company that I work with right now, and I told them what was going on. And I told them I'm probably going to get fired next week. So I already had an application with them. I'd already, done everything. Unfortunately, they didn't have anything for me. So even if I did get, terminated, there's really nothing that they can do. I was still going, well, like every Friday, I was still going to Marietta and the Marietta Smyrna area to, visit this other company's, the place to fill out whatever they need for me to fill out. So, still wasn't very fun, but, that Friday was my last official day at Waste Management. And, of course, we had to do that Thursday route. I pretty much told him, Jose, and the other driver, this is my last day. So, you guys are the only guys, or you guys are probably are the only people that know that this is probably going to be my last day here at Waste Management, because I'm not coming in tomorrow. There's no way I'm going to miss my little brother's graduation. There's no way. So we finished our route at a pretty good time. Had some handshakes at the end of the day. Nobody really thought any different. I took my last look into the office, and I just simply said, "Have a nice day." And I think my boss was there when I said, "See ya." I don't know if she knew what I meant when I said, "See ya," but I'm pretty sure she kind of figured it out the next day when I didn't show up. I set my phone to silent and set my phone to do not disturb permanently that night going into tomorrow, because I was going to go straight over to my parents' house and then straight over to the high school for graduation. I did not look at my phone, not once, until the graduation was over. 3 missed calls from a mentor. 3. None from my boss. No texts, no voice messages, just 3 missed calls from my mentor. I'm sure he was wondering where I was. He didn't leave a voice message. He didn't leave a text. It's just 3 missed calls. I was very thankful that, Jose and the other driver didn't tell them that I went to my brother's graduation. So other than that, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. And then I got a voice message that next Monday, saying, "You've been released from Waste Management," from my boss. "Have a nice day. See ya." And that was how I got terminated. So, yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any sort of questions regarding my time at Waste Management, I'll be happily attempt to answer them. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And as always, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.